Like I said before, said again, the voice of metal, where we talk about all things metal. Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. I know I'm doing really great. I've got some interesting news because I forgot to do this last weekend, and you guys didn't remind me, but that's okay. It's not that big a deal. I guess they've changed things a little bit. Sorry about that. Um, one of the things, the news that's really circulating quite a lot is Megadeth's very first number one Billboard chart album, which is their last ever album, possibly. Depends on how the surgery goes for Dave's hands with the Vikings disease that he has and stuff like that. So it may cause some problems. Hold on, sorry about that. It's hard saying. I don't know if he's gonna continue on with playing or not. He's not even sure, so he wants to make sure that he puts on a good last performance. And before we get started, and this is one of two albums I'm going to get. One is I'm going to open one. The other one I'm not going to open. The reason why is that I paid quite a bit more money for this one. I'm not going to say how much, but it's an autographed copy, and it's a surprise me, which I haven't gotten delivered because of the snow. They had so much snow back east that I did not get it yet, and it's on its way now. I think it might be here tomorrow or the next day, but I'm not sure. Hopefully, before the next show, I'll probably show you guys that. At least show you without opening it, of course. But this is their number one album, and very last album, unfortunately. But I thought I would share this with you guys because this is supposed to be a special, what do they call that? I can't think of it now. Smoke and ash, smoke and ash vinyl record, which is very unique. There were some that were even more fancier than this one. One was it was one that actually had parts of the guitar. Well, actually, it was the guitar. They basically burn it to a point to where it was ashes. But they used that as part of the actual record itself. So they mixed it in with a vinyl, and what they did was they spun it to where it would. They're not all exactly the same, and those things were definitely not cheap, and they were already sold out before I could get one. At first, actually, I take that back. I think one I could have gotten, but the thing is, because of sorry, I gotta turn this off. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not, that I would do that. But how's it going? Whoever's on there, how is it going? I'm kind of revealing my Smoke and Ash LP, my second ever record. So let's see if I can. I don't know if I can do this or not. See what the inside cover looks like. You know what? Actually, inside the movie Behind the Mask, had this actual image in one of the songs that they played, which is kind of cool. And I think, let me see if they go. Oh wow, this is cool. So here is. Oh wow. So I haven't looked at this yet, so this is kind of cool. Check this out. Awesome. Right, we had 16, now we have 5. But yeah, this is one of the. Just gonna show you some of the artwork. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's really cool. Guys, Rattlehead with his finger in the air. That's really cool. This is even better than I think even a cassette because the artwork's so much bigger. So, and they also put in Ride the Lightning. Yeah, you can see that all the different things on it. It's got the last note, Ride the Lightning, and Made to Kill, Obey the Call, I Am War. And then this, I'm hoping, Oh, it's up on top. This is supposed to be the smoke. See if I can get this out of here with it. Oh, it's wow. This is crazy. Oh, there you go. There you go. It's clear. Isn't that cool? Looks like it was burned, but part of it's just a regular vinyl record, but the rest of it's a clear with a looking ash type thing. So these are probably all going to be different based on the spinning of the LP. So that's going to be cool. And my son explained to me some which I didn't know. Hold on, let me get this on here. Basically, that's one of the two. He explained to me that because they only had three or four songs on each. Yeah, I guess it's three songs and two on the other. So on each side of the LP, he said the reason why they put fewer songs on, which I didn't know, is that they have a better quality sound, which I did not know. I guess that's a newer technology for records, I would assume. Um, so I think this is going to be probably almost the same, but not quite the same. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to put a protective sleeve on these when I go put them back in. See right there, the smoke and ash. So you can see it from both sides. Side A, so side A and B. Yeah. So I got tipping point, I don't care, and hey God. And then on this side it's let there be shred, puppet parade, and another bad day. So the other one was the ride the lightning, which I think is pretty cool because you can actually see right my shirt. You can see like right through it. Isn't that cool? I think that's awesome. So I figured I'd share it with all you guys out there. I think that's even better than just the playlist for tonight, to be honest with you. Isn't that cool? Hello, how's it going? Did you see the album? That was pretty sweet. So actually, it's a clear vinyl record on one side and then black on the other, and then it kind of looks like it's ash, like spreading across a clear like glass plate or something, almost. But it's of course it's the vinyl, but yeah. And then there was the other one that's supposed to be the actual remnants of the guitar mixed in with the clear plastic. I'm assuming I'm doing really well. The only thing is I'm still kind of curious about this other one. Like I said, the autograph one that I had is a surprise me color. There were six different surprise me colors, and there was only 49 produced. So in other words, I've got one of 49 of one of the six colors. That's coming shipping to me directly with all the guys in the band on the front cover of the album. Um, yeah, right here, Megadeth's album. Um, I'll have to figure out how to put that back in there. I'll do that later. Hug you, hug you, hug you. But anyway, um, the thing is, I'm not gonna open it, but well, I don't know because I gotta find out about the plastic they use for the actual album, whether or not it's one of those that I should keep or not. Well, it says splattered vinyl. This says smoke and ash, but whatever. Um, good, good. Um, you might not like my episode tonight because it sounds like you're a good Christian person, but I don't know. Um, we're talking about the cosmic horrors of the universe, so to speak. It's based off of let's see, let me make sure I get it right, so don't get it screwed up. Um, Gateway of discovering new bands today. We explore the extreme metal of cosmic horror, featuring tracks from capturing the terrifying scales of the unknown. Um, this is supposed to be Eldritch terrors of H.P. Lovecraft and beyond, which is cool. So it's a little bit of a horror of a different genre things, basically, songs that relate to that kind of stuff. Um, so I thought I wanted to do something kind of unique and different. And it kind of reminds me of some of the Metallica stuff. How's it going? Thank you. I love the kisses. Anyway, um, well, now that we got that out of the way, we'll start on the list. But I figured I'd share that with you guys because I thought it was kind of cool. Actually, it looks better than I ever thought it would. But the thing is, I wish I would have gotten the one with the part of the guitar in it because it was really expensive. That one I might have sold to later on. I'm thinking about selling the other one. Or maybe, who knows, if I don't sell it and I don't know if it's going to be worth a whole lot of money, who knows? I might give it to somebody that I know. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. Thank you. I love that you love my videos. And just so you know, before I get any further into the list and everything else, that if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because I lost a few people. I guess apparently maybe they didn't like the channel, but I'm hoping that you guys will support me like I would support anybody else out there. Hello, how's it going? Support you guys, you know what I mean? Because I think it's important. Like I said, the metal family, this, that, and the other. But anyway, uh, without further ado, we're going to do the cosmic horror tracks. This is Septic Flesh's song. It's Chikula, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm gonna probably butcher a lot of names in this one. It's CTHULHU. This isn't just a song, it is an avocation. The symphonic elements mimic the scales of God rising from the Pacific, focusing on the sheer insignificance of humanity itself, which is really cool, right? How's it going? Oh, hold on. I might keep this out there for you guys to see. You know, people are joining later on because that's the new Megadeth #1 album, the very first #1 Billboard album of Megadeth, which I'm so happy that they're actually #1 now. So Dave Mustaine can't complain much about the next group that we're going to talk about, Metallica, of course. The Thing That Should Not Be, inspired by the shadow of Azramoth, I think is how you say it, Innersmoth, and Azramoth. It's INNISMO, Mazermoth. I don't know. It's about the hybrid monsters dwelling in the dark corners of the world, waiting for the stars to align. So it's kind of, maybe, I don't know if it's a secret society kind of thing, or maybe a dark evil that lurks in the background. That's probably what it is. The Thing That Should Not Be. The Darkest Hour by Eldritch. Darkest Hour is the group. Eldritch is the song. ELDRITCH. This track is a psychological breaking point. It describes the moment of a human mind glimpses of the great beyond and intensely uh, fractures under the weight of the impossible, which is really crazy. Oh, bye. Show me my wife? I don't have one of those. What's a wife? Oh, you mean that? Anyway, you mean the picture in the background? I never said she was, but I'm not gonna say that she isn't, but who knows? Anyway, no, just kidding. I would never do that because I respect her more than that. I'm not like that. Anyway, that doesn't mean I don't think that, but hey. So your Darkest Hour, Samuel, Samael, Rite of Kaluhu, I think, is a cold mechanical ritual that captures the atmosphere of a secret cult gathering of a forgotten swamp to chant the words that will end the world itself. That's really cool, right? Wife, I'm back, wife, show me. What? Well, the lady in the background is not my wife. But, you know, I'm not going to get into all that, but, I would love to have the honor of definitely having her as my wife. But, because to me, that's probably the greatest thing ever. Greatest honor of mine ever. But, I'm not going to get all of that. The greatest old ones, Lovecraft and Nightmares. Did I ever say that? Yeah, I think I did. Anyway, right there, the picture. You can't see it. It's probably too small, probably. Nile is the band. Asmoth, Azathoth. th decadent to the blind. Oh, dedicated. Sorry, dedicated to the blind idiot god. It sounds like me. The music is I- identically chaotic and blistering to represent the mindless nuclear chaos at the center of all infinity. Okay. See here. See, you're throwing me off. Sorry. The next one is Metallica called the Kalu, which I always thought was Kalua or something like that. Anyway, a journey through the high seas without words, the shifting bass lines and haunting melodies tell the story of a ship sailing towards a doom it does not yet understand. Sorry, pardon me. Pestilence is a group, which is kind of interesting. I didn't know there was one called Pestilence. Of the Cosmic Sea is the name of the song. A look of at the loneliness of the void. It's about being adrift in the space and realizing that the universe isn't just empty, it's hostile. You know, it's rather interesting. I've had a lot of people watching my channel, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out from the algorithm or whatever it is they use to see how many views or how many watch hours I have. That hasn't changed hardly at all, but yet I've got more viewers now than I ever have before. So you'd think I'd have a little bit higher numbers. So I think YouTube needs to fix that because it's not showing up unless it just takes a very long time to update. Because I have at least sometimes anywhere from 2 to 5 people watching the entire episode. So I do not understand why. I've got almost five. I think I've probably got 500 now because you guys have subscribed, I'm sure. So yeah, who knows? So we'll see. Did I say that one? I don't remember. I don't remember. Imperial Triumphant, Abyssal Gods, Abyssal, Abo, like Abyssal Gods. This explores urban horror. It treats the massive, decaying skyscrapers in New York like a cyclopean ruins of an ancient evil civilization. Cool. And thanks for the like, by the way. I appreciate it. See here. Um, Alkaloid, the Kalua, a biological take on the Mentos. It looks like mythos. A focus on a strange alien anatomy of beings, tentacles, wings, and a form that defies the laws of physics itself. That is crazy. You never know. Now, this one I do know about. I think it's because of Mike, one of my coworkers or friends of mine that I know that loves metal and probably knows way more about metal than I do, and even the band members themselves, which I need to learn. So he's quizzing me a lot. What can I say to help me out? Electronic Wizard is the name of the group. Dunwich, based on the Dunwich horror. It tells the story of Wilbur Wheatley. I hope I said that right. And the invisible monstrous brother he feeds in the attic of a decaying farmhouse. Ooh, that's kind of creepy, kind of sound. It sounds like a real horror film. Sulfur Eon, I think is how you say the band's name. Sulphur, Lords of Inhumanity. This band treats Lovecraft like a religion. This track is a heavy, worshipful, sorry, anthem that is entitled to the entities that ruled the earth millions of years ago before man. I hate to say this, the lists are so dang hard to pronounce that I'm hoping that I get an interview soon because I'd much rather interview somebody and talk to them just about themselves than I am trying to figure out how to pronounce these names. It's so hard. But I love doing this because people need to know about some of these other songs. It's really great. Orphan Land, At the Mountains of Madness, based on the famous novel. It captures the chilling discovery of abandoned alien city in Antarctic ice and the terrifying Schloss, as Shoggos THEMHS slogs, I think is are still living there, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how true that is, but who knows? Who knows? The undead, the undead. Okay, that's the group's name. Darkest itself is the name of the actual song. Darkness itself. A pure herbitarian rot. It's about the physical sensation of being trapped in a tomb where the walls are made of things that shouldn't exist. You know, that reminds me, the tomb being trapped or buried alive reminds me of the newest episode of Beast Games. I don't know if you guys have seen that on Amazon. It's rather interesting because they're pretty much burying somebody alive, and then the person actually picks them for the next episode. Next. I'm sure they have oxygen down there for them to breathe, but it's rather interesting. Donated a rusty sock. Cool. I like that. Okay. Anyway, but that was kind of crazy. Anyway, the great old ones, the dream quest of the unknown Kadith. I see. That's what I'm saying. These are hard to pronounce. Kadath. A massive epic journey through the Dreamlands. The Dreamlands. It's about the quest of a forbidden city with a celestial horrors encountered along the way, which is really awesome. That sounds like an exciting epic song. Maybe, who knows? It'd be kind of a good little story too. You know, who knows? The Oxygen Destroyer. That's an interesting name for a band. Eldritch Manifestation. High speed devastation. This describes the physical destruction caused when a cosmic entity finally steps a foot onto our plane of existence. That's an interesting description of the song. Uh, Ahab, Ahab. Yeah, I think that's right. The Deep Ones. It's a nautical. This is a nautical doom. Nautical doom, right? It describes the transformation of humans into fish-like servants of the deep, losing their humanity to call, to the call of the ocean. So I'm assuming there's some entities in the ocean that calls the people from Earth, that are human-like, turning them into fish-like servants, which is kind of crazy, right? Sulfur Eon, the gateway to the antisphere, I think is how you pronounce it. Antisphere. This represents the actual moment of the apocalypse. The music feels like the sky is tearing open to reveal a dimension where we never or were never meant to see. Okay, gotcha. Catacombs Riley. R apostrophe Lyeh. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is this is the sound of time itself slowing down. It captures the eons long sleep of the Kalua. I think is how you say it. Trapped in the sunken city where even death can die. There you go. Death that can even die itself. Entombed the stranger eons, the ultimate tribute to the core theme. This is not dead, which can eternal lie. Wait a minute. This is not dead, which can eternal lie. Don't ask me. It's a raw, aggressive reminder that we are just a blimp in the timeline of the great old ones. There we go. I'm assuming the old ones are probably the cosmos, maybe, possibly. So we're just a blimp, a little blimp on the great cosmos of the universe itself. I'm guessing on that, but I'm not sure. So, there you go. That's kind of the list for tonight. And just so you know, there are some of these groups that are going to be touring fairly soon. Septic Flesh is going to be on their European UK tour as a modern primitive tour from February into March 2026, which is kind of sucks that they're not here in the United States. Equilibrium Oceans promoting modern primitive is who's, I guess, promoting them. Um, and the supporting acts equilibrium and oceans, I guess. Nile is the Underworld Awaits Tour North American Spring 2026. Is, supporting act is 6 Feet Under, promoting the Vile Nile rights. I guess that's, I guess who promotes is promoting them. Electric Wizard, the Cult Rights Show Road is the name of the tour. Select U.S. cities in June 2026. Supporting is Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats. Okay, that's an interesting name for a band. I'm not sure if they're metal or what, but it's kind of different. Legacy and new singles is what they're promoting. Um, Undeath is More Insane Tour, North America, March 2026. Supporting the 200 Stab Wounds is the name of the band that's supporting them, and promoting More Insane. Okay, there you go. The great old ones, Cadith Rising Tour, Cadith Rising Suit Tour, I think, is European, April 2026. Supporting is, now I have no idea. It looks like gonorrhea. Yeah, Gaerea. To make sure, I'm sure that's what it says. Is the name of the group. Go figure. Promoting the Cosmic Horror discography. There you go. So there's your upcoming tours for some of the bands on the list. Crazy stuff. God, some of the names on some of these songs and some of these bands are like so far fetched. This one, Angel Maker. Yeah, that one's easy. I can do that one. Even though the type you couldn't tell it, I think that looks kind of like an A, right? I think, but this is like, it's got like Venom and all that stuff on it. Yeah, it's one of those songs. Album T-shirts that are pretty wicked and pretty awesome, but they probably don't sell it probably on tour. But you have to buy it from the shop, maybe. I don't know. Hello, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it if you haven't already. If you're new and you don't want to, that's fine. But that's okay. I'm back. He's back. Oh, that's right. You've been on here before. Right? Right? Okay. Well, guess what? I got my album. It's the Megadeth #1 album. And the one thing I love about this, I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show it one more time because I'm sure some people didn't get to see it. And this is really cool. There you go. Check that out. It's clear on this side and it has an ash type thing and it has the black regular vinyl on the other side and then it has a fire flame. I never thought about that, but oh, you know what? On this side it's on the other side. So I guess I thought maybe it was somewhere. I don't know. I thought maybe there was a certain spot that it would be on. But that is really cool. I love that. This is supposed to be the smoke and ash version, but on the label on the thing, it has, what was it? The clear black splatter vinyl is what it says on it. Black splatter. So it's a black splatter, even though they call it something else on the web page to make it sound more cool, right? And they also have some other ones that were out there. I think they had. I'm not sure if that. I don't think these were limited. I think this one was an actual, just a regular. You had different variations. You had the plain black one, probably that one, and a few other ones. But no, take that back. I think there's only so many of those. But it was a little more expensive than just the plain black vinyls because it was a little more unique. But I also ordered, and this one was not super expensive. It was kind of in between the really expensive one, which is the one that had pieces of the guitar that he played for the actual album itself. Oh, that's okay. You're fine. No problem. It's always good. I just love having people return. Sometimes I do forget, so I apologize. So if you've been here before, remind me, and I'll say, okay, I think I remember. If you say something, I'm like, oh, I remember. But anyway, the album, the LP that they basically said was, I forgot how much it was. It was really pricey, but it had pieces of the ashes of the guitar that Dave played in the album, incorporated actually in the actual vinyl. So I think what it is it might have been a clear vinyl, I'm assuming, and they have the ashes. Basically, have a thing that spins it, as they're spinning it when it's forming the actual vinyl itself. They probably have something to press the vinyl, but they actually incorporate that into the vinyl itself. Then of course they record on top of it after it's cured or whatever the process they use to make the vinyl record. So there's something really uniquely special. It takes a little more effort into it, like kind of like that one, and it is really freaking awesome. Now, what is my coolest thing? What do you mean, like my coolest shirt or my vinyl records? Well, I will say this much: I have got this surprise me color of a vinyl record. I'm assuming it's just a regular plain black record, but on the cover of the album, it will have a special surprise me color. That's only they had six different 40. It's basically 49 of six colors. Then they had some other colors. I think they had something that were a little more unique. Well, they weren't surprised me. They were just regular vinyl covers. I don't know how that works out. I'm not sure if it's the same one or whatever. Not. What's this? In real life, you wouldn't remember your name for what? I don't remember a lot of things. What is his name? BLV versus 1GG. Yeah, whatever, right? That reminds me of somebody I know. Oh gosh. Anyway, but I try to remember things. I'm not, like I said, my brain is remembers some things better than other things. So I got so many things that rolling around in here. It's hard to say, right? You don't. I don't remember who you are. I probably don't. So who are you then? Civic? Oh, okay. That's why. Okay. No, I didn't remember, but yeah. I don't. I don't what? I don't remember. Probably not. Now there are some people that I have remembered, like Amber. Amber's one that I definitely remember because she like talked to me quite a bit on my channel. She actually had quite a few comments on my channel, and she even sent me a message or two on Instagram because, I think I had a link to my Instagram, or maybe I told her. I don't remember, but yeah, she was one of my earlier people that was on here. I haven't heard her in a while. No, because she was talking to me a lot. She was actually making comments in my posts all the time. So it stuck in my brain a lot more. Yeah, and she is a girl. But it's like, oh yeah. Well, don't we all, right? Oh, there's somebody that actually mentioned that I looked handsome, which I appreciate. I don't remember that person's name. I don't even know if it was a woman or not. Just I appreciate that somebody thought that. But anyway, he always brings up the not so great things, right? See, that's what I'm saying. Well, the thing is, part of it is they were interacting with me on the comment section a lot more than everybody else, so that does help. That really does, because then it sticks in my brain. Um, I forgot her. I know her name, but now I think of Clover. I think is what she goes by on YouTube. I think, yeah, I think it's Clover because a four-leaf clover. I think that's what I think. That's how I remember. It's a little easier. It's a lot easier than Civic, Death Civic. Actually, you know what? That reminds me of Megadeth. Well, kinda. It's DETH Civic. That's what I can't see it very well. Sorry, the type is so freaking small, and I gotta get my glasses checked. Oh yeah, thanks. Right, I've got a bunch of shirts that are really cool. I even got some way back before 2000 and 2000 that probably most of you guys have never seen, like the Metallica club shirts. Yeah, those you won't probably ever find hardly any place. Yeah, I'll have to wear one of those one time. And then my son, he kind of scarfed one up. Not it wasn't a Metallica club one. It was one of the tour shirts that I had, and it was before 2000. I think it was like when James and them cut their hair. It was like during the load reload era, and he loved it a lot. So he got like I like the design. It's a really cool typographical design. It looks like You know the embossed what do they call that? They're the label makers, but this one is like the old school where they actually it presses onto the label to make an indentation, and it looks like it's got the tour dates like this, and it has little strips. I think it's either goes this way or this way. I forgot which way, and that's what it looks like. They put the tour dates and they set them up to where they took a picture of it. I think, and then you had a picture of either them or something else in the back, and it's pretty cool. It's really awesome. I think it was back. I think 98. I'm guessing. I know my summer sanitarium tour was 2000. It could have been the same year. I think I might have bought them both at the same time. And what's crazy? Here I am. Oh, this is a story of mine that I can tell you that's rather interesting. When I was getting ready to go to that concert, I had bought my tickets through the Metallica Club because a friend of mine told me I should sign up so I could get some really good seats. But that was the summer, not the summer sanitarium tour. It's the one before that. That I was getting ready to do this. I had my old Ford Pinto that I had back in Kentucky. That was my very first car. And I was like 16 when I got it, 17, something like that. But anyway, I was a little bit older. I was going to college. I didn't have a lot of money to buy a new car. So I was trying to get around with this old Pinto, right? And somebody busted out the back window in the neighborhood. They were throwing rocks at everybody's car. So I closed my door and I went, psh, like this, just shattered all over the inside of my car. And I had to spend like so much money just before that concert. So I didn't have a whole lot of extra money to buy shirts. I had saved up money for shirts and I ended up having to spend it on glass for my car so I could actually go to the freaking concert, right? With my friend. I think it might have been my Sentra, not my Ford Pinto. I take that back. It was my Sentra. It was my brand new car. Back glass got shattered. I had to get it replaced, and it was not cheap. I had just gotten the car. It hadn't been. I think I only had it for maybe not even a year, and somebody smashed the glass with a rock because they were being a what about it? Probably some teenagers probably running through the neighborhood. Anyway, so I didn't have a lot of money for that, and I think I bought maybe two shirts, maybe three. I still have one of those shirts. It's a very old shirt. It's extra large. It still is in like mint condition because I've never worn it. It's got the what do they call it? The skulls, flaming skulls, the kind of yin yang style like this on it. Really awesome. I think that one has tour dates on it. I believe. I'd have to look. I don't know. But I never wore it because I bought it for some reason. I bought extra large, which I usually get large. And actually, I could wear a medium, but I like the large because it's more, more room to wiggle, move, this, that, and the other. But anyway, so cool. Night, night. Anyway, if anybody's watching. So that's the story. Just so you know, it's kind of cool. Then I got to go to the summer sanitarium tour with Corn, Kid Rock, System of the Down for the very first time, which I've mentioned that before. And Corn, did I say Corn? Yeah, Kid Rock, right? I know, right? Well, that's like mine. Mine's not that. It's my son that stole my shirt. Go figure. Oh, and that's kind of funny. I told my one friend, it's like, I got so many T-shirts, I need to sell some or get rid of some. He goes, "Oh, your concert shirts? No, no, my other shirts. I don't know if I'm gonna sell my concert shirts right now, but later on maybe." Hello, I'm back. See, I remember you now. That's because it was short. It was like a short return, right? Next week, who knows, right? No, you're fine. Well, I think the connection might be bad. It's hard saying. It's hard saying. Oh gosh. And somebody kept saying my wife. I think he means the picture in the background. See, this is her art. This is her picture. And I can't. It's right behind my chair. I'll have to maybe share it some other time. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not gonna get up and move the move the camera and all this over the phone, whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But anyway, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for the surprise me color Megadeth album. And the reason why I bought it, it wasn't just because I'm a fan of Megadeth, but also if he's got surgery coming up and if it doesn't work out and things go south, that album could be potentially worth a lot more money than I pay for it. It's kind of an investment a little bit. I hate to admit it. I hate to be like that, but you know, I got to retire. I'm not as rich as Dave, so some of us got to look out for ourselves, right? Hopping for a payout? What? Oh yeah, payout. Yeah, yeah. Well, you never know. You never know. See, now a friend of mine does albums. He buys and sells old albums. He said basically, if he thought I said that he might die, I said no, 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 no. It's his hands. He won't be able to play guitar as well, or not at all, which is not what I want. Okay, so I'm hoping for the best for Dave because I really do care about the guy completely because he's such a phenomenal guitar player and also a vocalist as well. He might not be the same as James or some of the other guys out there, but he has his unique style. Because there are certain artists that are just like a certain way, they're uniquely them, kind of like Janis Joplin and some other famous singers out there, right? But hopefully everything will go very well. Well, I know, right? Yeah, I know. That's why I look at it. It's like I'm not as rich as Dave, and if he gave me like a couple $1 million, hey, I'd be happy. I don't know how much he actually is worth. He's probably worth a lot more than that, but who knows? But it's like I said, small guys that go to the concerts that want to help support. Basically, it might be a good way of taking that money and putting it into the channel for something else, like buying tickets to go to shows, to buy shirts to wear, to maybe even give out shirts. Who knows? It's hard saying. It's one of those things. You never know. Just ideas. But anyway, I've been thinking of things, but the only thing is how part of it is I would like to really actually do something worthwhile, like maybe do a concert ticket giveaway, but I don't know how to get it set up. That's the only thing. So I'm thinking, and the legalities of it all and all this other jazz, because I'm sure there's a lot more to it than just here you go kind of thing. But I thought about doing like a thing where people have to hunt down through my videos to find certain clues, possibly like a date or a time for somebody's birthday, like a number, and then they got to figure out whose birthday based on the number of who it is, if that makes sense. And if I say a certain number, which I'm not saying the number now, this is not it. But I was thinking if I say blah, 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 your clue is whatever the number is, or something along those lines. If you see it or you hear it, then you'll know. But with AI now, you could kind of cheat. I hate to say it. Shh, don't tell nobody else. Right? Right? Oh, is he worth 14 million? I don't know. Hey Google, how much is Dave Mustaine worth?
Dave Mustaine's net worth is estimated to be between $14 million and
Oh, 14 to 40. Wow, really? I know. That's crazy. I know. I disconnected. I think it's because I said the word and my phone picked up. And yeah, and it showed up on my screen because I'm using my phone. And I would use my computer, but the only thing is people seem to like this format better than this format. I don't know why. I get more viewers. Don't ask me. It's because they like seeing, doing this with their phone and going, I love this video. This is so cool. But who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just weird because I've tried this. I've tried the same. I kind of said this. I basically did the same broadcast twice, and I did one like this and one like this, and I've got more viewers like this than with this. I guarantee I still do. I'm almost guaranteed that I have more people that have watched that video like this because of the phone than like this on your computer screen or your TV. Because some people have Chromecasts, I'm sure, or streaming things so they can watch YouTube. But yeah, it's for some reason people like it on the phone better. Who knows? Anyway, am I still recording? Hopefully, I'm still live. But anyway, yeah, I had to pause. It paused me for a minute there because I was asking a question. Anyway, so oh, you know what? I forgot. Here, before I go, I'll show you some of the artwork. This is one of the pieces in the album. Oh yeah, this one's got a picture of Dave and the band, guys in the band. And you know, if you look really close on the top, it looks kind of like a skull. So right there's the nose, the eyes, type of the head. It kind of frames it like that, right? And I don't know, but this could represent something. The shadow, possibly. I don't know. They did that intentionally. I'm sure they did. Now, I think the reason why, and I told my friend this, that behind the mask, the reason why I had the still images is because it's part of the album. So the whole point behind the mask is about talking about the band, going back through time, but also about showcasing some of the artwork of the album that you get. So, let's see what we got here. So they got this one and that one. And let's see, I think that's all of them. Then there's that one and that one. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites. I saw that in the movie. I thought, oh, that is so cool, so cool. And then if you look at the sleeves, I think it has a little bit of Mr. Victor Rattlehead right there, behind the type. It's really cool. I like the way they did that. It's really good. And it tells you who wrote it and the solo, Timu and Dirk and Dave Mustaine. That's cool. I like that. Solo from Timu. Dave Solo, Timu. Oh, okay. So each part between the riffs, it tells you who did what part of the solo on between the actual lyrics in the song, which is really cool. That is cool. I like that. So basically, when they sing the song, they get the lyrics, and then they start playing guitar in between. Okay, there it starts with so and so's team moves, or the I think that's how you pronounce the name, and Dave, which is kind of quite cool. The only thing is, I told one person, even if Dave cannot play guitar, he could still sing. But the only thing is, it won't be quite the same. You'd have to find somebody that plays guitar like Dave, and that's probably gonna be next to impossible because not everybody is gonna be exactly the same. They might sound close, but they're not gonna be the same. Especially not live. Live is so much different. You might be able to record it the same, almost, but not quite the same. You know what I mean? It's hard to say, but it's hard to I don't know. Anyway, so I got to figure out how to put this back together because I don't want to ruin my album. I want to be able to play it. It's pretty cool with the clearness. But anyway, that's something that they didn't have back in the day is the clear records. I don't think. Maybe somebody did, but who knows? I don't know. That'd be kind of an interesting question to find out. I might have to Google that later to find out which album was the very first one that had a clear vinyl record or a partial clear vinyl record. Who knows? I've seen all kinds of colors before. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's kind of surprising. He's worth that much. He's worth more than Dave Mustaine then, because he said 14 to something something. I think. Yeah, I think 14 to 40 million. It's net worth, which is kind of crazy. You think, well, hopefully with that new album, all I gotta say after the amount of money they were charging for some of the albums, you would think he'd be a lot worth a lot more now. That and with the tour, like a rainbow in the dark, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I almost guarantee you with this new tour and that new number one Billboard album, I guarantee you the people that weren't listening to them before will be probably going to their concert now that never heard of them before, or didn't know that much about them. Because I guarantee you that's going to, personally, now this is my theory, possibly, Dave Mustang's last album will bring a new era to metal, like back in the 80s and 90s, because the fact that more people are listening that gets them into the heavier stuff. Because, like with me, when I was listening to Metallica and stuff, it got me into Megadeth, it got me into Sepultura, it got me into all these other bands, and then Headbangers Ball. See, that's what we need is a Headbangers Ball of the 2000 era on MTV, because I think that right there will spread the word. And who knows, maybe my channel will bring that to you. I don't know. I mean, because we could talk about the different bands, the people behind the music, the people who write the music, the people who play the music, why they do what they do, what kind of personality they are, and why they do with their songs. Because I think personally, myself, I think that with that knowledge that people know about the people behind the music, they won't think they're so evil. See, that's the thing is a lot of people think, oh, metal, it's all bad. It's like, no, 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 it's not. It depends on how you put it. And some of them portray that because that's part of the image. It's the aggression, it's the anger, but a lot of the aggression and anger is about different things like cattle decapitation. Some of their stuff is talking about things that actually they don't really, they're really not about what you think they are. And I think a lot of people have that misconception of it. Kind of like Dave Mustang's last album has "Oh God" or "My God." I think I think that's the name. Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. Um, Hey God, Hey God, but he's a Christian now, which is kind of crazy, right? I'm not super strong in that myself, so I'm back. He's back. Blackmore. I think I have heard of that one. I think I have. Oh, in the 40s, Clearvine. Okay, I didn't read the rest of the message. Sorry. Maybe that's what it was like a rainbow in the dark. That is cool. I didn't know it went back that far. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Richie Blackmore. Okay, I think now I know who you're talking about. Rainbow in the Dark. That makes okay. I gotcha. Cool. So that was the first one. Richie Blackmore, clear album. See, like I said, the voice of metal is all about the people in metal or the people who know about metal. And not everybody's gonna know everything about everything. That's what I told my friend. It's like nobody's gonna know every single thing there is about every single thing out there in the music industry at all. There that he might not even know that one himself. I should ask him. So what was the very first clear vinyl record? Right? Right? So I'll have to ask him that. Do you know? And which one is it? I kind of know now because a fan of mine that watches the channel helped me out. See, there you go. Now you guys all know. We have the official 40s clear vinyl record information that we didn't know because I didn't know it was that far back in the 40s. That was before my time. I was born in 73, for God's sakes. That was like a really old vinyl record. I wonder if they just started painting them black. I mean, putting the black pigment in them to dye. Maybe they probably are. They're probably clear until they put something in to make it the black color, of course. Because I'm sure I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to Google that. You guys will probably have to Google that for me, so I don't have my screen freeze on me. Right? I'm doing good. How about you, Monkey Man, Monkey King, the Monkey King? You know what? Seeing that name, see now I do remember that one because it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. That's the only reason why, probably. I don't know why, because the flying monkeys. Because I'm a Wizard of Oz freak. But the only thing is, I don't even care for the new Wicked as much. The first one was okay, but the second one I didn't even watch because I said I don't know if I want to watch it. The 1940s. See, oh, you're 71. See, you're close to mine. That's cool. A little bit older, a little wiser, right? Uh, just like my coworker that I used to know that sells records, Howard. Howard is awesome. He was like the coolest because he buys and sells records and CDs and cassettes. and it sells them. So if you're looking for something special, Madison Music and More, I think is his web page, I believe. So Madison Street, I think, or Madison Music and More, I think is how you pronounce. I think that's what it is. I think he does it like on mostly on Facebook. But I'm not sure. So if you're looking for a record that might be unique, and he can find it for you, he will try his best. Or something special, unique. It might cost you some money though, because some of the older things that are not as like in circulation anymore may cost more money, unfortunately. The newer stuff, it's hard to of course, it will be available, but who knows? That's crazy, right? 78 in the 40s. That's crazy. Huh. Oh, I'm doing pretty good, by the way, just in case, Monkey King. Sorry. Oh, it's getting late. I'm like way past my time. It's like I've almost got 60 minutes on here. People watching, I appreciate you guys doing that. And the likes and the subscribes and the people watching right now. That's so cool. The only thing is, YouTube, it's not, I don't think it's really showing you guys how many physical hours that I've actually have on the channel for people to watch. Like, it's not showing the accurate number for some reason. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I appreciate you guys actually showing up and sending messages and being number one on the channel. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I love having number one people. That's so cool. Makes me feel like I'm appreciated, that I'm doing something good for you guys and for other people, and hopefully I can share that information with all you guys. All the people that are new to the channel, that don't know me very well, that know the channel, that might grow the channel to some better cause. I don't know. To allow people to know metal music the way I do, or even just any kind of music. Because really, to be honest, even though I talk about metal, doesn't mean that I won't. And I say talk about just music in general, because music itself is so freaking awesome. Especially some particular music that people love or enjoy. God, and here I'm losing my vocals talking about it. But anyway, it's kind of crazy. Um, some of these bands I've never heard of, so I'm gonna have to check these out. The great old ones, the Oxygen Destroyer, Ahab, Sulfur Neon, Catacombs, Entombed. Let's see what else. Electric Wizard, Alkaloid, Imperial, Triumphant, Pestilence, Metallica, Nile, The Great Olan, Samuel, The Darkest Hour, Metallica, and Septic Flesh. Septic Flesh, I've heard. Let's see what else ones. The Great, did I say that one? Ahab, A Sulfur, Aeon, Catacombs, and Entombed. Entombed. I like that name. That would be kind of a cool name for a band. I wonder what kind of album cover they have for that one. Anyway, so I will let you guys go because I'm getting tired, and you guys are probably getting bored out of your mind being on the channel for that long. I appreciate you guys talking and getting to know me better and getting to know all the fans. See, every time I do that, Oxygen Destroyer has a weapon, and oh, that's cool. That's what it is. Okay, Oxygen Destroyer. Maybe that's it. Who knows? That's it. I know that, but that's a band name too, right? So that is probably where they got their name from. So you never know what you're going to find out. See, I learned about the vinyl records. I learned about the Oxygen Destroyer, right? There you go. Cool name, definitely. There's a lot of them. And Ahab, the deep ones, I'm assuming that's from the Moby Dick. Hahab. Undead. Undeath. Not undead. Undeath. Sulfur, Eon, Electric Wizard. I've heard Electric Wizard because I know, because I've checked it out. A friend of mine actually told me about Electric Wizard. But anyway, I will let you go because I got to get going because I'm not feeling the greatest in the world. But I'm starting to get really tired. How about that? That's why I'm talking like stupid like. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Don't forget to head bang, like, and subscribe to the channel. Because without you guys, the channel can't grow. And whatever else. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. You guys have a wonderful night. And this has been almost an hour. That's a long video. Long video. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe again, because you guys are, like I said before, and I'll say it again, the voice of metal. Thanks for watching. Take care.